never be another after you. You're the only one that matters. I don't wanna blink when I stare at you. I can barely breathe after.
Thank you for the help. It was so nice seeing you.
So my earbud mic wasn't picking up what I was saying in the restaurant. It was pretty loud in there. But basically I wanted to say that I finally got my tteokbokki from a restaurant. I was so excited. But my friend's mom definitely makes it better, if not the best. But nonetheless, it was delicious. It was a great experience. And yeah, I was excited to take myself out.
This is effortless bliss. Your kiss is my daydream. In a time when love's dead, I found my one and only. I drop my anchor down. I've been lost in my head. I've gone all kinds of crazy, but I won't drift around. There will never be another after you. You're the only one that matters. I don't wanna blink when I stare at you. I can barely breathe after. Let the world pass us by. Let the world see what's mine.
Maybe they have like concerts here.
I guess we'll never know. This is number one champion.
I am exhausted. Hello everybody. I didn't record myself when I came back into my room yesterday when I went on a shopping spree, but good thing I went on another one today so I can, like, you know, relive the experience for you. Yeah, I bought a lot of things, but you know how I feel better about this? I'm building the wardrobe. I'm new here. There's a lot of things that I want to wear, and I wanted to wear a lot of things before I even came here. So I went to the store and I saw a bunch of beautiful clothes, and I was just like, listen, like, now's your time to shine. So, oh, it feels good. I'm so excited to show you everything that I bought, but I'll do a try-on haul as soon as possible, like my next video. I'm excited to show you all the things that I picked up, and I guess potential ways how I'll style them. It's so exciting. Oh yeah. Yeah, baby. So when I went to the mall yesterday, I was so excited. Well, first of all, I was able to meet up with someone who I've been in contact with like months before months before I even came here. Her name is Danielle. She has a YouTube channel, which I will put in the description. I don't know how to do cool things yet, like, you know, like click over here. No, okay. She's very nice. I'm so glad to have met you. Thank you for showing me around, and you know, the talks, they're so nice. I look forward to spending more time with you. But anyways, it was very nice. We went to a mall that's like attached to the bus station. It's called Coex Mall. I'd say where it was, but I can't pronounce it. So yeah, anyways, a really cool mall. I mean, it doesn't look like anything special inside except for these pillars that like show like ads. And I mean, like Johnny Depp was being shown, and I was like, and then like other stuff. So the inside of the mall doesn't look that great, but the stores, beautiful clothes, beautiful. Where do you even go? Like, how do you even decide where to go? I'll tell you, I made several decisions yesterday and today. The deals were good. I was just like, okay, yeah, like no problem. Like here's my invisible money. Also, like at Sephora, they have every shade in the Fenty line. Like Rihanna came through. Like she has her whole line in Korea, and I love that because it's so hard for black women to find foundation of their color in Korea. And so let's just hope you're good in the Fenty line, you know? The foundation's great. Unfortunately, it does not fit my skin tone. I have a yellow undertone, and the color that matches me best dries red, so not cute. Both the turtleneck, pop it. On my way back home, like I'm not a pro at the subway yet. I always make like one mistake. Today I didn't make any mistakes. Fourth time's a charm. Yesterday when I was heading back, I need to double check if I was like going the right direction, but I saw an elevator that goes up to where I need to go, and I haven't used the elevator before, but I was like, why not? Like I'm carrying these bags and it goes straight to where I need to be. So when I went to the elevator, there's this older man standing there, and he's on the phone, and as we're standing in front of the door waiting for it to open, as the door opens, he's just like, I was like, thank you. I've noticed in Korea, like people don't like usher you to go first, and they usually just they just head in themselves. Like no offense taken or anything, but like I've just noticed that. And also, even when we're at the mall, like some older man was like with his daughters, I believe his daughters, I don't know, but he held the door open for them and he kept holding it open for us, and I was just like, I didn't have to like grab it to hold it open, like he just kept it going, and I was just like, thank you. And then Danielle was like, oh, that doesn't like happen here. And I was just like, oh, well, that's nice. Like, thanks. Maybe he was doing it for his daughters, you know, be like, chivalry isn't dead here, okay? But it was very nice. Yeah, so anyways, I need to ask the man by the elevator, like, if I was going in the right way. So I showed him my phone, the subway map, and I was just like, Eagle, like this. Yeah, you can see how things are going for me over here with my 0.1% Korean.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
But anyways, so he was just like, oh, I'm going same place, follow me. I was just like, oh, cool, okay, thanks. So anyways, commercial break. Let me put my little flashlight in my eyes, in my face. That's blinding my eyes, but we're gonna deal for the video. So after he says that, I was so shocked. I was like, okay, well, thank you. And then he's just like, oh, I just came from America, I speak English. I was just like, thank you, okay. So anyways, we're in the elevator, we get off, and then I'm just like, oh, okay, I know where I'm going now. Like I see the signs, and I'm just like, okay. But like he's still like directing me. I was like, how do I get out of here? But anyway, so I just keep following, and then I'm like, okay, I know where to go. And then he was like, oh, okay, good. but we're heading the same way anyway, so we're kind of like walking together. And when we're waiting to like go into the subway, he starts talking to me, and he's just like, moved away from Korea in 1981. I was like, oh wow. And he was just like, yeah, like it used to be so different, like time has flown, and like, you know, like everything's changed. Like when I come back here, it's so different from what it used to be. Basically, he was telling me about like how when he was here, like the toilets were like in the ground, there was a lot of poverty, but like now things have like completely turned around, and it's like seems to be even better than the US sometimes, most times, all the time, completely. And I was just like, yeah, like the technology. He was like, yeah, the technology. And at the same time, we were both like, and it's clean. I was like, yes, like it's so clean. And I was like, in the States, like people just like, I mean, obviously not just the States, but like we're comparing from like where he's been, and we were just like, yeah, they just throw trash. But like here, like it's so rare that you'll see trash on the ground. Like people pick up after themselves. He told me that he's visiting his family for the lunar holiday, the Lunar New Year, which is taking place today. Yesterday was also a day off for me, but yeah. So it's called Solal. I can't say it properly. A little kid said it to me at school, and I tried to repeat it, and I said it wrong every time. But it's Seollal. So you do what you want with that. But it's a holiday. Big thing over here. Stuff. He started telling me a lot about his life, but it was so nice. Like I was not expecting this much conversation from a stranger, and an older Korean man at that. Yeah, he said that he's visiting family who he hasn't seen in like 8 years. How he had to quarantine, and like he even was just like, oh, F, like it was so much money. I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that kind of language from you. But more times, yeah. Quarantine has been very expensive for people who have to do that in like hotels and stuff. And luckily, I like through my work, like I was able to quarantine in this apartment. Not a lot of people have that opportunity. So, thank you. I'm sure I'm paying for it somehow, but still grateful. In the subway, like he was just like, okay, I need to make sure I know where I'm going because I haven't been using the subway in a long time. So he asked these Korean guys in Korean like where to go. They tell him, and then he starts talking to me again like in English, and they're like, oh, I forget how it started, but they're like, we speak English too. And I was just like, what? I'm meeting English speakers all day today? Like, get out of here. That's so nice. That doesn't usually happen. Like, I mean, at the till, sometimes people will be like, they'll see my confusion and they'll be like, bag? And I'll just like, nah, yes, thank you. 감사합니다. Listen, don't come for me, okay? Still learning. So anyways, these guys were just like, oh, how did you guys meet? And I was like, we actually just met in the elevator. They're probably confused, like, why this they're probably confused why this, like, younger black girl is, like, just chilling with this older Korean man. But I was like, oh, I just met him in the elevator. And they're like, oh, okay, cool, nice. And they're like, well, where are you coming from? And I was like, from Canada. And they're like, oh, yeah, I could tell by your accent. I was like, oh. That is not a compliment. To be told that I have an accent and it's Canadian, it's not like cute. But I was like, oh. Yeah, I won't be saying a boot and a, okay? That sound like older guy. He was like, how old are you guys? So the guy was like, oh, I'm 28 in Korea, but so I'm like 27, and the other guy was around the same age. And then I was like, oh, I'm 23, but like 25 here because I turned 24, so it's like a year older. Anyways, I'm 25 here. And they looked at me and they're like, oh, and the older guy was like, oh, I thought you were in high school. And I was just like, no. Also, speaking of which, at the restaurant, the fried chicken restaurant, the lady carded us, and I was just like, why? And then she saw my age and she was like, oh, you look so young. I was just like, thank you. I am young, but thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, I was feeling myself yesterday. Felt pretty nice. So anyways, said hi to those guys. They're nice. And they were telling me, they're just like, oh, I was like, you speak such good English. Like, they sound like they could have been from the States. He was just like, actually, like, a lot of Koreans speak English. They're just shy. And I'm like, really? Because, like, I feel so, like, bad that I don't speak Korean and, like, it's hard to, like, talk to them sometimes because, like, I feel like they won't understand me. And they're like, no, just try. And I was just like, oh, okay. A lot of the time people don't understand me here, though. So unless they're just trolling me and I'm just a joke. But yeah, anyways, that was a cool experience. The older man stayed with me because he was going further than I was, and he told me about his wife and kid. He's 62 years old. He's telling me his life story. He asked me if I was Jamaican. I was just like, oh, wow, I'm actually half Jamaican. And I was just like, I'm half Indian, but Trinidadian. Have some Jamaican friends. I'm like, oh, really? That's very cool. And then he was just like, yeah, they were trying to teach me the accent. I was just like, ooh. I was like, I can't do it. And he was just like, oh yeah, it's very hard. But, you know, and like I have some friends in the Bahamas and, you know, I traveled all over and I'm like, wow, it's so cool. And he's like, yeah, but like I gambled too much. I was like, oh, I'm just getting all the information. And then I mentioned that I wanted to like learn Korean and he was like, oh, you should get a Korean boyfriend. And I was just like, why does everyone keep telling me to get a Korean boyfriend? Listen, I'm not out here being like, yeah, I want a Korean boo-boo. I'm not a Korea boo. Yeah, another thing he asked me, he was just like, why are you here? Like, why Korea? And I was just like, well, I grew up with some Korean friends. I know about the culture and the people and I think it's beautiful. And I thought, why not? Like, let me just go on this trip. I mean, there's a little like more than that, but like basically that's what it was. It's a new adventure for me. And he was just like, oh, like not like K-pop. I'm like, no, like K-pop, like there's some music that I like, but I'm not like, no. But yeah, I'm just here, bro. When he said that I should get a Korean boyfriend, I was just like, I don't know about that. I was like, I think this might be a factor. And he was just like, oh, he was just like, you know, people in my generation, like, yeah, like for them. But this new generation, the younger generation, no, they're very open-minded. I was like, oh, I was not expecting that response. I was like, I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. And he was like, and, no, from what I can see, like, he was like, you know, you're pretty. You're very pretty. And I was just like, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So yeah, I was feeling nice and gassed up yesterday. It was a good day. I met people who spoke English and were very friendly. And it gave me more courage to like make friends. Because I feel like I'm gonna have a hard time. I mean, I might still have a hard time like making like Korean friends. But it gave me more hope in meeting people who speak English or like that I could like get along with. Because those guys were very friendly. And they didn't like seem weird, but I mean like maybe they wouldn't show me they're weird right away. But anyways, yesterday was a great day. Yeah, I bought a lot of clothes. So stay tuned for a try-on haul, which should be coming out as soon as I try on the clothes. I'm aiming for tomorrow. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know. Drop a comment, drop a like. See you guys around. Bye.